We've all heard the expression, one man's trash is another man's treasure. My next guests are representing a Suncoast business that is taking that saying to heart. Tim Vasiloff is the owner of Junkluggers of Sarasota, and he's here with Mark Eberhard, the general manager of Junkluggers of Sarasota, to explain how they continue to support the Suncoast community with junk disposal and upcycling. Well, both of them sound so necessary for our time, so thank you both for what you're doing. So what is Junkluggers, and how did the two of you start this business together?
So Junkluggers is actually a national franchise.
Really?
Yep. And I opened it about 4 years ago. I was one of the first in Florida, actually. Now they're all over in the major cities. And the whole point is to basically repurpose, recycle, and reuse items and keep them out of landfills. That's the whole idea, is to not throw things away.
Okay, so how did the two of you come together to work on this project?
So actually we're both, I'm originally from Syracuse, New York, but I lived a long time in Buffalo, and Mark happened to be my neighbor in Buffalo, New York. So after I moved down here and started this business, him and his wife kept visiting. And then that turned into, now we basically live in the same neighborhood, and he's my general manager, because the business is so neat with upcycling and repurposing and just being, finding things and supporting our local community. We work with Suncoast Charities for Children, and they're a wonderful organization.
Yes, they are. And Lucy Nicandri, she's the best.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Yeah, she's the best. And I mean, when you and your wife came down here, Mark, I'm sure the weather had nothing to do with the weather up in Buffalo.
Nothing at all. At first we came once a year, then twice a year, then 5 times a year, and then we decided it was better to just stay.
Yes, I know. I'm a New England person myself, so that's what brought me here. And what a wonderful thing to do. You get to work with your friend. And so now tell us a little bit. You run the remix marketing business, the recycling part of the business?
Yes, I do.
How does that work?
We recently opened a store on Murdoch Avenue, just off Clark Road, here in Sarasota. We take all of the items that we can upcycle and reuse. That a lot of times the things we take aren't junk, and we think that we can find a new home for them. So we take any of those items and we price them competitively, and we put them out in our store and see if someone else can give an item a second life.
I love it. And how do you find these people? I mean, how do our viewers find Junkluggers, Tim?
The easiest way is the internet, but our trucks are all over the place. With our number, we have yard signs, but we do a lot of targeted advertising. The easiest way would be just the internet. Junkluggersofsarasota.com is our website, and that'll guide you through exactly how junk removal works and booking. Okay,
well, tell us a little bit about that. How do you, decide whether something is worth going to pick up? Because I'm guessing if you have trucks, you actually go and pick up the merchandise.
Yeah, so we're a service. So people do pay us to come pick up. Usually it's towards the end when maybe things have been donated or sold, or they're just kind of in crunch time for selling a home, things like that, or they can't do it themselves. So a lot of this stuff, is recycled or disposed of, but we do get a good percentage of items that can be reused. And what we found with the store was we have a warehouse, and we were selling things out of the warehouse to help support Suncoast Charities for Children, because then our customer also gets a donation receipt for that. So if it's something that they say, hey, this is a nice item, we say we will sell it, but we support Suncoast Charities for Children, with the proceeds. So the customer, knows that their item's going to go to another home and a good home. And so when we get items that are maybe lower end or not of super high value, maybe like a hammer or a power drill, something that someone can use, it's much easier to have the retail store, because people come in for a couch or something large and they say, oh, I need new drill bits or something, and we have a whole section of just tools with just little items. So it's been able to help us really recycle and repurpose a lot more than we used to.
Now, a question, because I know that a lot of people, paint's expensive, everything like that. What if people have like full gallons of paint to donate? Can they bring those into you?
So yeah, we take paint. Usually there's a good disposal. There's a certain process with paint and chemicals
Sure.
to get rid of them. We don't find that people typically want to reuse those, but we do dispose of them properly. It's about getting the gases out and turning it into a solid instead of a liquid.
All right. That's good to know, because a lot of times it's where do you take these things, and you don't want to improperly dispose of them.
And we
so
take
thank
just
you.
about anything. I mean, there's really
Yeah.
nothing that we don't take. We've found out through the years of items that you think can't be repurposed, but they
Sure.
can.
Yeah. So let you be the decision makers on that when somebody has something, right?
Yep, and Mark has trained the guys to organize the truck, properly, so that if we're doing, if there's a lot of scrap, we're sorting the copper, the aluminum, the steel away from the stuff that, if something has to be thrown away. We try and keep everything separate, so when the guys are done,
Yeah.
they come back to the store, they drop off the nice things, we go to the recycle yard and recycle
Terrific.
everything,
Okay.
and then
Wonderful.
from there.
Now, you mentioned Suncoast Charities. How do you, obviously that supports the community, how exactly do you do that again?
So we donate a portion of the proceeds from all of our sales at the
Okay.
Remix store
All right.
directly to them, and then they support 7 other smaller local charities through their large fundraising events, such
Yes.
as Thunder by the Bay, the boat parade, which we partnered with them on, and some toy drives. So we try to work with them on a lot of their large charity events, and we help out with all the toy drives and anything that we can find on jobs. We make sure to donate that through those as well.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you both. And we'll run your website or contact information across our screen here so that our viewers can find you.
Great.
Pleasure meeting you both.
Pleasure
Yeah, it's a
talking.
pleasure
Thank
to
you.
talk to you.
Up next on Suncoast FYI, Greg Corvell and Lisa Baer join me to talk about the Marina Jack 4th of July Bayfront Fireworks Spectacular. So don't go anywhere.